Hey, yo, this is your girl, Melanin Audacity, and thank you for tuning in to the Master Elements Podcast.
Smash the elements. 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 Smash the elements.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 9th episode, and this is part 3. And we're continuing the conversation this time with some disturbing comments from Bill Clinton at John Lewis's memorial. And also we're going to get into, and I forget, is his name Joel Epstein, or what is his name, RP?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. And some recent discoveries in that whole case with him. So again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, follow us across all social media, me at Melanin Audacity, Sincere to Love the God, DJ RPB, and our special guest decided to join us again. Welcome back again, Mr. Sam Adu. What's the name of your clothing line?
Adu Clothing.
Adu Clothing. You have a website? I don't think we did that before.
Yeah, we got a website. It's called shopadu.com.
Shopadu.com. And that's Adu, A-D-U, shopadu, A-D-U.com. Okay, so I don't know which one of you fellas want to flip a coin.
Nah, go ahead.
Who's going to get started?
I'll piggyback
off you. Oh, all right, cool. So, all right, cool. So, last week we talked about the passing of John Lewis a little bit. I think that was last week. It might have been a week before last, 2 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. We talked about that because last week I wasn't on with y'all. Last week y'all did the segment with Straight Poison. Oh yeah, 2 weeks ago we talked about the passing of John Lewis, and I had some unpopular opinions in regards to that. You know what I'm saying? Not that we're trying to undermine anybody's death or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Or wish death on nobody or celebrate anybody's death or nothing like that. But I was just addressing the fact that the white media was trying to lionize him and make him a civil rights icon, hold him up as a hero, when that's just not who he was. That's just not what he represented. And so this past weekend, this past couple of days ago, they had his funeral service, and I didn't see the whole thing, but I caught some of Obama's comments, and I caught some of Bill Clinton's comments. And the thing that stood out about the Bill Clinton comments was he ended up taking a shot at one of our giants, one of our kings of Black revolutionary thought, our brother Stokely Carmichael, aka Kwame Ture. You know what I'm saying? And you can pull up the clip so we could show the audience exactly what he said. I don't want to put no words in his mouth, but it was very disrespectful. It was definitely, I take it as an act of war. You know what I'm saying? Bill Clinton is getting up there in age right now. He's looking like he got one foot in the grave. So he's just coming on out and showing us who he really is. He's just coming all the way out and showing us who he really is and what this is really about. You know what I'm saying? Because, and anybody in the audience that don't know who Kwame Ture is, formerly known as Stokely Carmichael, you definitely need to look him up and get in tune with the ancestor, because he was one of the great writers of our history. But yeah, these are the comments that Bill Clinton made at the funeral for John Lewis.
Oh my God. You know what? 1 second. Only because I need to make sure this volume is up, because if it has to catch on mine, okay, it's up on 100. Hopefully my mic picks it up.
Okay. Oh no, we can't hear that.
Yeah, it's very low on here.
Yeah, we can't hear it.
Yeah, unfortunately, sorry that it's not working. So just kind of summarize it.
I mean, what he said was he was talking about the movement SNCC, the movement known as SNCC. And I don't remember offhand what the letters stand for, but it's a movement that John Lewis was a part of, that Kwame Ture was also a part of. And what he said was the movement started to go. He said things started to get a little shaky when the movement started to go more toward our brother Stokely Carmichael. But John Lewis prevails. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at the dynamic between somebody like John Lewis, who, let's just be honest about who he was. You know, this is a man that went around bragging about getting his ass whipped his whole life and being submissive and subservient and not really speaking up for black people. I challenge anybody to find me a clip of John Lewis even saying black. Just find me a clip of him speaking specifically for and about black people. He's never done it. But somebody like Kwame Ture, who was a straight rider for black people his whole life, who was, you know, one of the founders of the Black Panther Party and all of that, he's like, he didn't like when the movement was going in that direction, but John Lewis prevailed. So he's letting you know that these are the type of niggas that are acceptable. You know what I'm saying? For what we got planned. We don't want niggas that's trying to stand up and change the status quo. We want niggas that's going to go along and get along. That was the message.
Right, but I think that John Lewis did have a hand in our obtaining the right to vote, and that's all that he's known for. And the fact that he did march many times, went to jail many times to get that to happen. So I didn't see that they were trying to say anything outside of that accomplishment and how he got there. So we got to give them props for that.
That's the only thing that they do do try to say. But I mean, even when you look at that, I mean, that was his job. He got paid to get,
well, that was before
out.
He was fighting for that before he was elected into Senate. So we got to give him credit.
But I'm saying, when he actually did anything, when John Lewis actually did anything, if we want to give him credit for anything, which is getting people registered to vote,
no, the actual
record numbers
right
or whatever
for
the case
us
may be.
to vote.
I don't think he did anything.
It ain't got anything to do with us getting the right to vote.
They said
nothing to do with
it's his last breath to say that black people are doing good and he's proud of us and we should continue to fight. That's what he used his last breath to say.
Yeah.
When he died.
Continue to fight.
Yeah. He said we're being consistent. And that's all he did. He inspired some people right before he died.
Yeah. I'm just saying that we do got to give him a little credit for working towards us getting the right to vote, especially in this year.
Y'all think this voting thing?
I'm not saying that he's
voting? Is it that serious?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think it's gonna do anything for some reason.
Yeah, that's the point. The point is, you know, even for the people that he did get to register to vote or whatever the case may be, okay, and who did they get to vote for? You know, what are we voting for? Why we got everybody to vote?
Right.
But
so they
we
can
need
vote
the right
for the guy that
you
say we should vote for, who ain't. But that's what I'm saying. But anyway, it wasn't meant to drag John Lewis anymore. He don't need to be dragged. My point was about Bill Clinton with his disrespectful self. You know what I'm saying? Bill Clinton was the one that took that opportunity. Because really, he's being disrespectful toward John Lewis and Stokely Carmichael at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because he's using this opportunity to push his white supremacist ideology out there. You know what I mean?
But if Bill Clinton got exposed for the pedophile thing, then how's he able to just get up there and start giving speeches anyway?
Well, the thing of it is, again, like Sincere said, the system of white supremacy is not holding him accountable for the pedophile ring information that just was released on the Ghislaine Maxwell's unsealed court documents in court. Right.
I gotta hear about this shit, bro. This is shocking.
Trump is the damn president. But go ahead.
Right. Yeah. Former President Bill Clinton had flown out to Jeffrey Epstein's orgy island about 28 times And in his flight logs was unsealed flight logs this past week in court because Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, has been arrested, and she is going through the process of being arraigned and charged with sexual crimes because she aided her boyfriend Epstein in having sex with underage girls on the island, committing lewd sexual acts, orgies, etc., recruiting young girls, raping girls, etc. Now, Bill Clinton, on the other hand, was a frequent flyer and visitor to the island as a guest of her and Epstein. So the documents that were unsealed this past week, including I think Senator Al Gore and a host of other prominent political figures. This is just the beginning of a lot of documents that are going to be unsealed to expose this pedophile ring and those who were involved in it on the
What
on the
outlet is this?
Huh?
What outlet is that you looking at? What news
Oh,
outlet?
this is the New York. This is the New York Times.
Okay.
This is the
Yeah,
New
I
York
just
Times.
pulled
That's
it up.
legit.
But President Clinton is the first one they put on there.
Yeah, he's one of the first people that they exposed this past week. And underage girls, he flew in with a lot of different underage girls and participated in orgies, etc. on that island. It's documented. The flight logs are there. And also, the interesting thing is they were able to release a photo of him in a compromising situation with one of the young girls there.
That
And the
photo look
word
kind of
is,
suspect though. I ain't gonna lie.
well, the word
You see
is
the picture?
The photo looks suspect to me. I
suspect.
thought.
Well,
And
the word is that Epstein has video footage. He taped the orgies, and he has the video logs to prove it, and the photos. And the girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, she has copies of all of that because he was utilizing that to extort a lot of those popular political figures and also entertainers that are going to be exposed that have also
I
been.
could call out some of those names because I found the article here that has.
Okay.
Let's
but
see.
why is it being relegated as just? Why is it being relegated as just rumors though? Like why? If they got all these videotapes and all of this stuff, why is nothing being done?
It's probably because sometimes
Guilty.
if he has a island, maybe just like say a Airbnb or a rental property. When I'm there, I'm using it for the pedophile stuff, but I also rent it out to other people to vacation there with their families and things of that nature. And I'm sure that's what they're trying to pick out when they were there versus when those orgy parties.
Nah,
Because
Naomi
Campbell was on this list.
Place is called Pedophile Island.
It is. It's pedophile island.
So Naomi Campbell is a pedophile, or
what happened? What they're saying
Chris
is that
Tucker?
they haven't released the tapes yet. She has the tapes, so right now she's going through a bargaining chip agreement. She's saying, "Look, I have the videos, I have the tapes." You know what I'm saying? So
you'll end up dead.
Right, that's what's going to happen. Once they get those tapes, it's going to be a wrap for her. So she's around. They bargaining with her. So they unsealing documents now, and the names are starting to come out little by little as they going through. And then when they get to the tape,
Bill Clinton about to put a hit on her.
Clinton body count.
Larry Summers.
# Clinton body count.
Somebody about to get her hit
Gwendolyn
real quick. She can't talk. She can't expose those tapes, or else all these kings and princes, they're all gonna fall. White supremacy is gonna go falling down.
Yeah, but it's the flight log to the island, right? Is that what the flight log is about?
Those flight logs are his private plane. He was bringing them into the island to have
as his guest.
As his guest to have.
Right,
28 times is a lot.
Bill Clinton went 48 times? Is that what
28 times is a lot. He went 28.
Yeah.
That's a lot of times. That's like 3 years. Just
They have Prince Andrew, Duke of York,
Yep,
Naomi Campbell.
He was
So
exposed.
Chris Tucker and Kevin Spacey.
Al Gore was just exposed.
Gwendolyn Beck. Andres Pastrana, the former president of Colombia.
Are these names confirmed? Are these names confirmed though?
Joe Pascal. They're in the article. Tom
they're confirmed on this flight log.
Those names are in the New York Times?
I don't see those
names are in the New York Times?
Ed Tuttle, no. You want me to go to that one? Alberto and Linda Pinto.
What are you reading from, Sin?
They got a bunch of people. I'm reading from filmdaily.com.
See, that sounds suspect. That's what I'm saying. Like, Film Daily.
Okay, well, I'll go to you want me to get the New York Times article?
Consider these credible sources.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of nonsense information that's out there. There's a lot of real shit. Look, this is the thing. This is the thing that I look at. A lot of this stuff is real and it's valid. And these pedophile rings, people have been talking about for years. That been going on. But what happens is you get what they'll do is they'll create these mass distractions. They'll go overboard with the theory to discredit it. They'll start talking about all of this nonsense that is not really true. It's about the stuff that is true, but they add all of this stuff on top of it so that when it's easily debunked, and then once it gets debunked, you just discredit the whole conversation. So that's kind of like a tactic that they use, you know what I'm saying, to put this information out there so that people could jump on it, and then you get influential people running with these rumors, and then somebody comes along and debunks the rumor, and now the whole conversation looks suspect. Like, oh, ain't no pedophile islands, ain't no pedophile rings going on and stuff like that.
No,
you know
no, I'm not saying that it's not, but I don't.
No, not you.
Based on this list, you know, Naomi Campbell.
What I'm saying is,
she might be into that.
Listen, what I'm saying is, that Film Daily, whoever's putting that information out on Film Daily, that could very well be the people that are participating in these pedophile orgies that are purposely putting out misinformation just to dilute the whole conversation. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of a tactic that they use.
But what we need to understand also is that the laws and morality do not align a lot of times. And
absolutely not.
They're saying young girls, they're not saying minors. And in some places, you can have consensual sex within 10 years. Remember, I told y'all that a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, but that's not what's being alleged here, though. That's not what's being alleged here, though. What's being alleged here is pedophilia.
I didn't see those words anywhere. And you can't be a pedophile unless you have been classified as
it's called pedophile island.
But people made that up.
Pedophile island.
People made that up after this all came out. I don't think they called it that.
Oh, no,
but there's a lot of misconception about what about pedophiles who are taking the rap, right? Or getting or accused of everything, and it's a certain element that classifies a person as a pedophile, and that's the point. I don't know how else to try to get that across, and it's based on the age of the child. They have to be prepubescent age to be classified as a pedophilia from birth to like 11. Now, once you get past that, it's not pedophilia legally. And that's what we need to get a grasp on. We can get that changed to mean anybody 13 and below, but it's from
that's worse semantics at the end of the day.
To 11. Right, but when they start getting these charges, which are, but to whom? Me and you think that's disgusting to have sex with a 13-year-old girl.
Okay.
But a 14-year-old boy can have sex with a 13-year-old girl. What makes it perversion is when an adult, somebody who is developed into adulthood, is messing with someone whose mind is not developed. That's what makes it perverted.
Absolutely.
And then to be a pedophile, you have to have an impulse to only want to be and not just have sex, but a relationship with a child that is less than 11 years old.
Oh,
or
no.
12.
So according to that definition, then R. Kelly is not a pedophile.
No, absolutely. He's not. That's the point I'm trying to make. We keep calling people the wrong name. He's not a pedophile. He may be a child abuser. I think that's the next step up. Pedophile, child abuse.
He's a sexual deviant. I'm not even getting into all these little
sexual
titles.
assault. But in order for us to understand how the laws and the charges are built, we need to understand how they classify the crimes. Because we all hollering pedophile, and then when he get 1 year, we like, what the? But if he was in fact violating a certain age, then that brings more time, more consequences. And that's the part we gotta understand. That's the part that we have to understand. Or work towards getting those laws changed to mean something different. And the reason the laws are subjugated that way is because the ones making the laws are the ones committing the crimes. So why I'm gonna put a law on the book that should, oh God forbid I get caught, I'm gonna get all this time. I'm gonna make sure that, you know, there's some loopholes and everything that I can get up out of it. You understand?
Yeah,
that's what we need to be understanding.
Whoa.
But and I'm not saying I agree with it, of course not. But these are prominent men. I don't care if they worked at Wendy's. You should not be messing with a child. You shouldn't. You shouldn't even be attracted to a little boy or girl. And it's not just girls. Absolutely. You know, it is both sexes that are being abused. So I think that the next part.
Speaking of that.
Or in addition, we need to work on that. We need to start bringing that into our fight for justice and change in the laws as well. Stop messing with our kids.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I just seen a story. Go ahead, RP.
No, I was saying because Epstein was charged as a sex trafficker, and that was what
not a pedophile.
Right, for his case.
That's worse.
Yeah, even worse.
That's worse. Those are human rights violations.
Right, trafficking minors.
So it doesn't matter about jurisdiction or none of that. Those are human rights violations.
Right.
That's why he killed himself. He ain't want to go to jail. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Yeah. Oh, y'all too young. Y'all don't even know where that's from. That's from a show in the 70s called Beretta.
Damn. 70s? Oh, man.
70s.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Nigga said, damn, 70s?
What?
Never heard of Beretta?
Talking about the 1900s?
I didn't think he was going to say 70s.
Yeah, the 70s. So, you know, what are the closing statements about? You know, what is it that we want to get across? Are we exposing anyone in particular that you know is on the flight log? Or is it that we are just enlightening the viewers that the log is available and that there's names on it?
I think with Bill Clinton and Al Gore and a list of people that are going to come out of this court case with Ghislaine Maxwell, it's going to reveal a lot of truth about those who participated on that island in those orgies with those minors. It's going to tell the story.
He's about to get
interested in America. On deck. I got my popcorn on deck.
I want to know if these girls are young girls, so say 17.
Yeah, they're young. They're younger than me.
Or if they are indeed minors, and where are they? You know, are they missing? Are they a group of girls that have been reported missing for a long time?
That's what I was about. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Who are these girls? Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. What's being alleged is way deeper than just, you know what I'm saying, somebody messing with somebody's kids, man. Like these people they're grooming these children. You know what I mean? They snatching babies up out of Haiti and Africa and all these different type of war-torn countries and stuff like that, Cambodia and different remote places where people don't got nothing. Getting babies from out of there and grooming them.
That's a shame.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a shame. And so I wanted to bring this up to you, and specifically, Sincere, because we had a conversation about what age should we talk to our kids about sex. And if we're not talking to them, somebody outside is talking to them, and they won't know that this is not a conversation they should be having. So if they're at 5 and 6 years old and taking them or trying to groom them, if we have those conversations prior, they'll be like, well, no, my mother was like, blah, blah, blah. My daddy told me never, never, and then come running to you and let you know. But if we hold it off and wait until they 15, please. And nowadays, that's too late. That's seeming to be too late. We do need to figure out when and how. And like I said, I'll say my son was around 3, bathing him. While washing him, I touched him inappropriately, sort of, kind of, to let him know anybody else that's doing more than what I'm doing to clean you is not how a person is supposed to touch you down there at all. And up, washing his backside and things of that nature. Just trying to do it at a 3-year-old level. Much so that he told me my mother touched. So it's kind of like you're between a rock and a hard place with things of that nature or whatever, because then he misunderstood what I was trying to teach him. So
he
that's what I'm saying.
In his own way. He understands what he's capable of understanding.
That's right. But the point was, he came right to me with it. And that's what we need our kids to do, and let me figure it out. You understand what I'm saying? And let me figure it out.
I agree with that 100%. But that's what my question was going to be. What do you mean by sex? What do you mean by what is a good time to talk about sex? Because if we're talking about something like that, I agree. I start early with all my kids. I start early with all of them as far as those conversations is concerned, to make sure that they're going to be safe, that they know about their private parts, they understand the different parts of their body, and they understand if they're being violated, and to know not to violate other people. You know what I'm saying? Because kids be touchy-feely and all that too. You know what I'm saying? So you got to teach your kids, daycare or whatever. They got to know what's appropriate and what's not. So I agree with that.
That's right. Exactly.
That's not talking about sex necessarily. You know what I'm saying? That's not teaching a child, you know what I'm saying, what it means to have intercourse.
Yeah, and that I don't know what the answer is. I really don't. But I know that we need to start having some sort of way to get them aware.
You gotta study your child, because all children are not the same. You gotta study your child and know what they're into, know what they're aware of, know what they're capable of grasping. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can tailor it, because all my kids are different. You know what I'm saying? And so I try to meet them where they are. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to push nothing on them. I don't try to hide nothing away from them. I don't try to really hide too much and shelter them too much. But I try to pay attention to what they're noticing, what they're picking up on their own, and then I address it. You know what I'm saying? To give them more clarity on those things.
Right. Well, any last thoughts? Because we are just about out of time. This was a great conversation. And Sam, thanks again for joining us. I like your hoodie.
Thank you.
Can you stand up a little bit and let me check that out?
I seen you with the throw on the hoodie. I don't got one of those.
Yeah, I got the
I don't got one of those. That's a whole sweatsuit.
Let me show you something.
That's a whole sweatsuit, right?
Wait a minute, let me ask a question. You got plus size stuff?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, because don't discriminate.
No, he don't. No, he don't. I had to lose 40 pounds to fit this shirt.
I need some plus size pieces, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's fire.
Yes.
You got the polos? You got the polos, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab that real quick.
Okay.
You got the do-rags. You know what I'm saying?
Do-rags?
Yeah. the suede do-rags, the silky suede do-rags with the kente cloth on it and all that and shit is fly.
Wow.
Check my man out, man. Shopado.com.
Yeah, show us a couple of pieces. Okay.
Yeah.
With the crushed velvet? Is that what that is? The crushed
velvet on this side, yeah, and then satin on this side.
Satin, okay. Keep the waves smooth and
Right
wavy.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tags and labels on everything. Everything's
Right.
correct.
Oh, so that's your
quality.
logo.
Yeah, the black one, that's my logo.
Got it. Oh, wow.
It's great
that
quality.
Is very nice.
It's great quality,
so
guys.
Make sure you guys go to I do clothing, right? .com. AD.
Shopado,
A as in apple.
Shopado.com.
Shop. A as in apple. D as in dog. U as in universe. Clothing.com. Go support the brother. He got some nice pieces. We're trying to give a sneak peek of some of the items as we close out the show. You can continue the show out to the closing. Whoa, that's the furry collar?
Yeah.
That's dope.
Wow, that is very nice. It reminds me of, like, you remember on Boomerang, he was like, I got the mushrooms on the inside, and you got a mushroom belt. You got the belt.
You gotta coordinate.
You gotta coordinate. So don't forget, thanks for watching. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell.
And
follow
everybody
us on social media. What you got to say there, bruh?
Look out for that Akbam album coming very, very soon. And the video coming even sooner. Sooner than you know, we're about to drop the official video for Black Matter Lives. So everybody check that out at Akbam 2020 on Instagram. And click the link in our bio, AKBAM 2020 on Instagram. Click the link in our bio.
What you working on, RP? Don't you guys have something together?
Yeah.
Yes.
You very busy.
Yes.
So, RP, what is it? You can let us know what that is. Stop being a DJ in the background.
Well, being sincere, we're working on the Master Elements Part 2 project. And we putting that together for the people, the next level, the next step. And
we working, man. We working.
Yeah, I know. And also, did you see my smart comment to your post, Sincere? I said, you got time to be writing Treadmill Chronicles, and I'm still waiting on the 8-bar intro.
That the missing verse.
You know what I'm saying? I know you ain't talking, Ron.
The intro's already dope,
on
man.
that track. I'm on you.
I got another track for you. I just feel like, I'm picky. I got to give you something that I'm like, ooh.
Okay. And that's just going to run in the background on low. You know what I'm saying? So also, don't forget, I do clothing. I'll put the link in the description box. Make sure you go check that out and support our brother. Share that information. Share the website link with your friends and family. We need to start being out here representing left and right. Everybody want to wear Gucci, Prada, and all this Balenciaga stuff. We need to start having that I do on our backs. For real, though. So let's get that popping and cracking. This was a great show. Thank you all. My homies, you know how we do. See y'all next week. And that's really cute. Sam, that's very nice. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
Hey.
All right, bro. Appreciate you, Sincere.
All right.
Yes,
see y'all later.
See you.
Smash the elements. Smash.